Officials in Pike County are in the process of putting in a new trail system for beginners to professional hikers to enjoy. WYMT's Jade Saylor is at the park where the trail will be.
The Real Mccoy Trail System is the newest 5-mile hiking trail coming to Pike County. The trail will be a loop system beginning and ending at Bob Amos Park. There will be constant scenic changes throughout the trail, as well as physical challenges from easiest to very strenuous.
Ultimately, we're just trying to appeal to all different skill levels of hikers. So we want, the people to come in that wants to hike the easiest of trails, but we also want people to come in that likes the very hardcore, the pushing the limits on difficulty type trails.
The Appalachian Wireless Arena is in collaboration with Pikeville City Tourism and the help of Pikeville Fire Department to build the trail, with hopes to give the community a fun way to stay active with a view. Those in charge say they plan to even add weights and equipment on the trail for added exercise. Officials are looking for volunteers to help with construction and maintenance of the trail. In Pike County, Jade Saylor, WYMT Mountain News.
If you are an avid hiker or not and you want to volunteer, you can visit WYMT.com for more information on who you should contact. In the last few years, we've seen multiple motorsport trails pop up across the region, and soon enough, the London-Corbin area will have its own. Corbin Tourism, Backroads of Appalachia, and the Whitley County Motorcycle Group came together to create the I Be Dam Motorsports Trail. This 36-mile trail will begin in downtown Corbin, where riders will then travel to the Laurel Dam and back to downtown Corbin.
We're always looking for ways to fulfill the needs of our travelers. Everybody kind of has, whether it's history, adventure, family travel. So this really just enables us to have one more thing that can serve people coming into the area and their interest.
Monholland adds that this trail will also serve as an economic boost to the area, inviting folks to learn more about what downtown Corbin has to offer. A U.S. power grid regulator is warning about the possibility of electrical shortages and blackouts this summer amid extreme temperatures and ongoing drought. The NERC, which oversees the health of the nation's electrical infrastructure, says these conditions could cause the grid to buckle across vast areas of the country. On Thursday, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicted nearly the entire contiguous U.S. will see above average temperatures this summer. High temperatures will create increased demand.
And I know we've increased that demand around the mountains today. If you're one of those AC holdouts, if you've still tried to hang on strong through late May, well, today is the day, because we remain in the upper 80s around the region. Outside right now, plenty of sunshine helping warm things up out there. London-Corbin Airport sitting at 87 right now. Downtown Whitesburg, not a cloud in the sky. That's really helping those temperatures warm up. 86 right now. Downtown Whitesburg, it is warm across the region. Prestonsburg's at 90. Wayne, West Virginia at 91. Williamson sensor reading 97. I think that's a little warm, but either way, we're in the upper 80s this afternoon. We've already unofficially broken the record high at Jackson. We'll get the official report here coming up a little bit later on. But yes, and the feels like temperatures even warmer. It feels like 95 in Wayne. So it is very warm around the region. The good news is it's dry, at least compared to the storms we had the past couple of days, but we may need a passing storm just to cool us off. We're in the low 70s for overnight lows tonight, a real summer look to the nighttime forecast under partly cloudy skies. I'll have the very latest on when we could see some more storms move into the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. North Korea's fever cases, or COVID-19, have surpassed 2 million since late April. The country announced the first Omicron variant cases on May 12th. That's according to North Korea's state media, Korean Central News Agency. The death toll stands at 65. It's unclear whether the recorded deaths were caused by COVID-19. North Korea has been reporting daily new fever cases, recovery, and death cases through its state media. More than 200,000 were reported just this week. President Biden has arrived in Asia for meetings with new leaders in South Korea and Japan, with major talking points including national security and the economy. The president is meeting with South Korea's new president before heading to Japan for his first face-to-face meeting with their new prime minister. Both new leaders campaigned on strengthening ties with America. The visit comes as U.S. intelligence indicates there is a very real risk that North Korea will test another ballistic or nuclear weapon.
We are preparing for all contingencies, including the possibility that such a provocation would occur while we are in Korea or in Japan. We are coordinating closely with our allies in both Korea and Japan on this.
The president is also stressing economic cooperation during a visit to a semiconductor plant. The ongoing shortage of microchips is one factor that's driving global inflation. Samsung is investing $17 billion in a new plant in Austin, Texas, making it the largest investment the company has made in the United States. The production of guns in the U.S. has tripled in the last 20 years. That's according to a report published by the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. According to that report, American gun makers manufactured more than 11 million guns in 2020. In 2000, less than 4 million guns were produced. The Biden administration calls the report the first on firearms trafficking in more than 20 years. Ford is recalling more than 39,000 SUVs because of a risk of fire. At issue, Ford Expedition and Lincoln Navigator SUVs built during a 4-month period between December 2020 and April 2021. Thursday, the company said 16 of those vehicles have spontaneously caught fire. The exact cause of the fires, which are believed to start in the rear passenger side of the engine compartment, is still being investigated. Ford is planning on contacting owners directly about the hazard through its smartphone apps. For now, Ford is advising owners to park outdoors away from structures. Broadway has extended its mask mandate once again through at least the end of June. The Broadway League, which includes the owners and operators of all 41 theaters, made the announcement today. The league said audience masking protocols for July and beyond will be announced next month. New York City is not reinstating mask mandates, despite the announcement that the city is now in high alert status for COVID-19. Mayor Eric Adams said Wednesday his administration is working with health experts at being strategic in fighting the virus. Horse mania is back in Lexington, and before the colorful horses take over the city, they are getting some final touches. Photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw gives us a behind-the-scenes look on the work being done to get these foals ready.
Over 70 foals will come through this process here at Toyota Motor Manufacturing through their paint process to get what we call clear coated, that really nice, pretty shine on the horses, so that when they're out in the sun and out in the open, that they're protected. Horse mania in the past, it's always been very important to make sure that the horses can hold up in the outdoors, that they're durable and won't get chipped. And really, it only makes sense to go to the professionals that know what they're doing.
With me being on the board, they reached out to us and said, hey, we have this new program that we were working on, this horseplay program. So they reached out to us and said, hey, would you guys be willing and interested to help us clear coat the horses? We're looking for a community partner. And honestly, I'm not a paint guy, so I reached out to my paint team and said, hey guys, do you think we could do this? And that's how it got started. Toyota
has been an amazing partner. I was just talking to Brad, the head of the coating process here, and not only did they agree to do this, their whole team has stepped up, and I hope that they've had a lot of fun with it.
Our team has been super excited about this project. I've been here almost 25 years. This is a first, so actually to apply artwork instead of our cars, it is definitely unique. Yes, there is actually a big difference, especially trying to get underneath some of the horses, some of the challenges there. So we actually have to apply an air dry instead of baking like we do an automobile. The team, they're glad to be part of a project, something that's a charity or something that's for the Central Kentucky and something that's for the horses. They really get excited about it, so they know these horses are going to be around town or into the schools in the future, and they'll know that they had a small part to do with it.
They're looking great. Toyota donated its services, saving LexArts more than $100,000. If you want to see those beautiful foals, a public preview will be held at Ashland, the Henry Clay Estate, June 17th and 18th. Coming up on First at 4, with COVID restrictions easing, weddings are back and booming. How couples and vendors are getting ready for the busiest wedding season in decades.
Plus, Pinpoint Doppler's gotten just enough of a break so it can get ready for more showers and storms heading our way tomorrow. The very latest on that and the hot weather coming up.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose.